Today on First Cup, we're going to see if whatever made the noise on that wall comes out to kill me in a minute. Just happened, and I don't even know. I'm assuming you guys left me some stuff to talk about, but at least we've got this documented. Stick around. We're live in 10. All right, where's Facebook? Three, two, one. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Thursday. It's December 16th, 2021. My name is Jeremy. This is my first cup of coffee. Good morning, Daniel. So I swapped out the laptop yesterday. The other laptop is over there. And yeah, Jenny. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Jenny. Good morning, everyone. Phone go over there. So we got the laptop. Everything seems to be working. We're on Wi-Fi right now. Good morning, Liz. And we'll just see how we do. Question to those of you watching live. Does this look any different than it did, not yesterday, but 2 days ago with this new camera? I'm going to sneeze. Can't sneeze on camera. That's rude. Good morning, Andy. Yeah, so 15 seconds before go time, I hear what can only be described as an insect flapping its wings against a hard surface. Like when when a dragonfly gets trapped in a window, it sounded like that coming from right there up against the wall, though. And there's no bug. So where is it? I don't know. Andy says it looks better. Yes, Daniel, I do expect you to remember 2 days ago. I just want to know if this looks okay. That's the question, because we're not using the Ethernet cable because I forgot to plug it in. So we've got Wi-Fi and we've got the good camera, and it all seems to be okay, but this thing's a little bit more sluggish than the other one. That's why I got rid of this one. Oh, Facebook. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to hang on because I missed this part. Two-factor authentication. Thank you, Facebook, for protecting me from everything. Hey, it's logging in. Yay. How was your Wednesday? Did you have a good Wednesday? Did you do productive, happy things? I might sneeze again. I don't know. Woo! I don't know why I'm sneezing. Apparently, what is it? Your ears ring when someone talks bad about you. There's a sneeze one too. Oh, I knew someone who used to say you sneeze randomly when you're about to come into some money. So, woo! Those are some big sneezes. Jenny says it's trying to autofocus. Yeah, the focus on this thing is not, it's good, but it's slow. It's not super tolerant. I think it's made to be a little bit further back than I have it. I don't know. It's a little bit better quality than the other camera I had, and that's all I was going for. This says, or are you allergic to mornings? Maybe. Daniel says, are you allergic to two-factor authentication? Probably. My least favorite thing about my new phone is that Google went from the dedicated fingerprint sensor on the back, so you could go like boop, to a screen reading fingerprint sensor, which works less well. It's meh. Wednesday. So yesterday I had no meetings, which turned into 2 meetings. I had to drop off some client stuff, and then I had a quick call with someone who works in public relations. Wow, that's difficult for me to say this early. Here's the gist. Between the tour and the book and the other things that I've done in association and outside of whistlekick, one of the angles that we are pursuing is in promoting me to broader audiences in an effort to drag Whistlekick along. So I sent out I had a conversation with someone who works in PR because I don't do PR. I understand vaguely how PR works, but I'm not going to run a PR campaign for someone. I can run an ad campaign. I can run a marketing campaign, but not PR. And so this person was kind enough. They gave me some time. It was a referral from a friend, and we spent about 10 minutes. And she gave me all the details that I needed. She gave me recommendations to some local firms. I sent out some emails. And in the course of the conversation, I even offhandedly mentioned, I've been doing my own thing for 20 years. And she's like, oh, I'm hoping to get to that. And I was like, oh, really? Well, I would be happy to offer you some advice. She's like, no, really, like in the new year, this is a goal. So I may have picked up a client. Yay. Not a martial arts person, but still fun. Daniel says the tour, the book, and the book tour. Well, that's why we're calling it a tour, because it's not just a seminar tour. It's also a book tour. It's not a music tour. It's a tour of creative endeavors, right? And why not put them all together? The logo came back. Is there an easy way for me to show this? The logo came back. I don't know if you guys have seen it. So if you've ever worked with Fiverr, Fiverr can be really hit or miss. I'm going to show you the logo where we ended up. And the way I usually use Fiverr is I'll come up with a concept. It's like, what if we took these two and smushed them together? And most of the time, the people I work with on Fiverr are not willing to take risks, because that means that they may be putting in time that doesn't turn into anything. And they're trying to be efficient with their time. And I completely understand that. But lately, what I've been doing is when I've been putting up a request, hey, can somebody help me with this graphic? I've been working with people who are less established, because they are willing to do more and more to get the project over the finish line so they can get a good review and maybe a tip. I don't tip on Fiverr. But what I do is when I find someone who works well, I give them more work. And that's what happened with this person. The person who did the logo for All In Weekend and did a pretty good job with it. I said, I got this other thing for you. What do you think? And we kicked it back and forth. I did a really rough mock-up. It worked okay. And I said, I want you to make this better. And he came up with something that was really good. And he said, so would you call this done? And I said, it can be, but you're an artist. You're a skilled artist in a way that I am not. Is there another way you could look at this that might be a little better? And he said, let me see. And so right now I'm excited because this person's already willing to try it. Can you see that? Whistlekick. It's a kind of a feathered two-dimensional phoenix with the Whistlekick logo threaded through it. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm so excited. So have a good day, Andy. Andy's off to work. So that's going to be on a shirt. And who knows what else we do with it. But we're making tour shirts. So you can be part of you can buy a tour shirt like you would buy, What's the coolest band I can say that will make everybody go, oh yeah? So if you went to the Foo Fighters tour or not, you could still wear the tour shirt. I really need to blow my nose. I'm going to try and hold out. Hopefully it goes away. Because how do I blow my nose in the middle of a live show? I don't have tissues. I have a hot mitt. That seems gross. All right, scrolling back because look at the comments coming in. Gabe says, so what happened to the noise you thought was a bug yesterday? There was a bug yesterday? I don't even remember. I genuinely don't. Stacy says they are hungry. Good morning, Eric. Stacy says the Metallica logo. Does this look like the Metallica logo? Oh, I hope not. Daniel says, are you going to list the tour dates on the back? Yes. That's the whole point of doing it as a tour, so we can do that. I wanted that. That's a thing. So if you go back to, what was the year? Was it, I think it was 18? 2018, when I did, between 2017 and 2018, I did 50 events. And we kept a running tour list on the website. I don't think that page is still up anymore. It's there, but I don't think it's still live. And it created an interesting energy. And I said, if I ever get to do seminars, if we ever get to become a feature of wherever we're going, as opposed to an accessory, I want to make shirts that show this. And so the shirt's going to have, we'll put All In Weekend on it. We will put Free Training Day on it. We'll probably put the other free training days on it. I didn't just say that. Jenny's suggesting Rolling Stones or the Grateful Dead. I'm sure the Stones are still touring. Well, they may not be now after the drummer's passing. But the Dead really aren't passing. I'm sorry, touring. Oh, okay. Stacy's saying, no, the Metallica logo isn't the same or similar, but it's an amazing piece of branding. I will have to look at it. And Daniel says, awesome, I want one of those. Well, they're going to be available online in the same way that we do apparel. And they will cost a little more than our other shirts, because one of the things I'm doing, I always look for ways, and here's a bit of business philosophy, and then we'll look at Facebook. I always look at ways where I can partner with whomever I'm working with. So if I look at the seminar as a partnership, how do I find ways where everybody is happy? Well, we have shirts. I could sell the shirts. How do I sell the shirts where the more shirts, the more the seminar host makes money? We will set the shirt up on the website at one price, in a slightly inflated price, like, another $5 or $10 from what it probably should be. So people can buy it if they want, and they can still use your discount. But then the seminar host, if they want to, can take orders, order the shirts at a discounted price. I can give them a coupon that brings the price down to kind of a wholesale price, and they can sell them and make money on that. That way the attendees, if the host wants, can get the shirt for less money. They get it for less money. Seminar host makes a few bucks. We make a few bucks. What's better than that? How do you get everybody to win? That's the goal. Gabe says, or Jenny, I don't know which one of you it is. 15 seconds before go time yesterday, you heard a noise that sounded like a bug's wing on a window. Did you finish that story? Probably not. No, I have no idea. It may have been. But especially on days that are a little warmer, with it being dark outside, light in here, it attracts bugs if they're not dead. And bugs are amazingly resilient. They somehow stay alive when it's 30 degrees out. I don't know. I didn't think they could do that. All right. Switching gears. Facebook. No, I don't want Facebook to show me notifications. Stop giving me a tour of Facebook. This isn't new. Come on. Come on. Are you loading? I don't think you're loading. Come on. Come on. There we go. We're there. We're getting there. All right. So Thursday, Frank gave us some stuff today. So thank you to Frank. Ooh, this thing is sketchy. Gonna flip over there in a minute. Yesterday, went to the gym, did some kicking, got on the treadmill, stretched, did some other things. Didn't go hard because this morning I'm driving down to do some Superfoot training for a few hours. And I learned the hard way last time, no weightlifting within 3 days because I need to be at 100% for this. Else I just suffer. Yeah. Gotta put more coffee in here. I like these days. It gives me about 5 hours in the car, which I don't hate. Listen to podcasts. There's an audiobook that I am almost done with. I think I will finish that today. And then there's another audiobook stacked up that was recommended by one of my guests on Tuesday. Oh, you need to listen to this. Or he said read. You need to read this. Okay. There are very few people in the world that I just kind of do what they tell me. I would put this person in that category. One of you watching understands. Actually, a few of you may. I posted something on Patreon yesterday. If you didn't see it, you don't know. All right. Let's read Frank's stuff. On this day in 1987, boxer Mikey Garcia was born. Boxing is for the poor man. A lot of people don't know what's going on, but I've been able to see it firsthand. And if I can speak out on behalf of fighters going through problems, I will, because it's important to create awareness. Everyone should speak up, because if people are aware, maybe there can be change. A problem cannot change until there is admission that it exists. A situation cannot be improved until there is admission that it could be better. Which is why I struggle with this idea that people want things to be better, and yet they are so resistant to change. Well, I really need that. I really want this. It'd really be great if. Okay. Well, what if we change this? No, I can't change that. What if we change this? No, I can't change that. What if we change? No, oh no, can't change that. Okay. How do you envision growth without change? Help me understand how those two things happen, or that thing happens. Oh, well, just more of this. Okay. How do we get that to happen? Well, that's your job. Oh, okay. Those clients don't last long. I don't have conversations like that with friends anymore. And in fact, I rarely spend time with those friends. One of the lines that I think I subconsciously have drawn in the sand is, if the person that I'm talking to, or the person that is in my life, would be happy being the same person 10 years from now that they are now, 10 years in the future that they are now, they're probably not someone who's going to last in my life. It doesn't matter whether it's professional or personal, romantic, family, it doesn't matter. I am hell-bent on growth. I am hell-bent on progress. It's going to happen. And if someone's not also willing to engage in growth, progress, awareness that there is an opportunity to be better, they're probably not going to be supportive on that journey. And in fact, they're going to hold me back. Well, then you can go hang out with somebody else who also wants to remain where they are. Stacy says it in a really good way. Line in the sand. Do you want me to work with you or for you? I understand that. That I hope those of you that work on things for whistlekick, and by the way, Stacy, the stuff you're working on is on my list. I need to get to that. That may happen today, probably tomorrow. The people who work with me at whistlekick hopefully would say they work with me. We are all part of a team. It is rare that I just say, do this in this way. Burr, 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 burr. Well, here's the goal. We're trying to get to here. Here are the tools that we have available. Let's rope in this person and this person. Let's collaborate on this. And the results tend to be pretty good. I showed you, was it 2 days ago? I showed you the cover of the book for the Karate Kid Cobra Kai, that cover that Jenny put together. I had involvement in it, but she lent magic to it. It was awesome. I could see from the first sketch, it came out really good. And we bounced it back and forth on Fiverr. I think that design cost me $10, maybe $12 with fees. Okay. So we used a little bit of money, some of my time, some of my knowledge in terms of context. Her design concept, we came together, we collaborated, we put together something that I think we're both really happy with on the final product. And that's the goal when I work with Stacy, with Andrew, with Chris, with Justin, with Frank, with Cameron, with Jenny, when I've worked with Gabe. And I'm sure I'm forgetting people, and this is why I hate listing out the names. The goal is to always collaborate, to work with, not for. Wow, that was a detour. Interesting. Next, we're going back in. And Jenny agrees. I definitely work with you and the team. Yay. We fight smart, fight intelligent, pick our shots, be very smart about how we place our feet. That's how we win. The most undertrained aspect of martial arts is stances and footwork. The most undertrained body parts at the gym, legs. That's changing. And actually, that's changed a lot more so for women than men, in my experience. Nobody wants to do stance training. Why would you do these really long front stances? Why would you ever walk forward in a really long back stance? All that does is that just, it's dumb. If you can move forward in a deep back stance, you can definitely move backwards in a deep back stance. And if you can do those two things, you've built some pretty good leg strength, and energy comes from your relationship to the ground. So the stronger your stance, the stronger everything you do. I need like a plush microphone so I can drop it when I say things like that. Stance training is not sexy. It's really important. And here's the added bonus. You develop some really... Ooh, maybe this should go on a shirt. Stance training is not sexy, but stance training makes your legs sexy. You ever look at the legs of a lifelong martial artist? Kind of jacked. When I started doing CrossFit, when I've done weightlifting with other people, they're like, oh, looks like you kind of work out. And then if I'm wearing shorts and they see my legs or something, they're like, what the hell's going on there? I have like, even when I'm carrying more body fat, if we're doing like one of the pinch tests, the person conducting that usually has a hard time finding a spot on my legs. I don't carry any body fat on my legs. So they usually look jacked and shredded despite what the rest of me may look like, which is kind of funny. Dennis says, don't mention mic drops. I know far too many wrestlers that have broken the house mic by forgetting they aren't indestructible. Yeah. Once the mic drop came on the scene, anybody doing audio visual for an event started cringing way more. Like their stress level went through the roof, because even your pretty standard lower end, Shure microphones are $100. And it doesn't take much to kill that. Maybe you can put a new screen on it, but still. That's why I said a plush one, mic drop. Yeah, or we can pretend. Here, should I do the rest of the? No, got to put it on this hand. Let's see. This can be my Mr. Sacco. Daniel will get that. I don't know if anybody else will. Kelly says, whistle, whistle, show them legs. Not going to happen, but I'm pretty sure by whistle, whistle, she meant, I'll take it. Thank you. All right. And our last quote here from Mikey Garcia, courtesy of Frank. And remember, you got always drop things for me if you watch, whether live or in person. Hopefully it's not in person. Live or later. There we go. Over on the Facebook page, I'll drop the link towards the end. If you're listening, you can email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. All right, here we go. You've got to keep your eye on the prize. Always want more, and I bet this is why he chose Mikey, and this is definitely why he left this quote for the end. Always want more and never settle for what you have. There you go. Always strive for more and never settle for what you have. There's always more to have. There's always more. And what I find interesting is when you say that to some people, the same sort of people who I cut out via drawing this line, they'll say, oh, well, money is not important to me. And then they complain about not having it. Okay. So what you're trying to do is justify that you haven't put together the life that you want. I have no judgment. There's somebody I follow on TikTok who he actually did a video this morning. Somebody asked him, how much money do you live on? He homesteads in West Virginia. He said, right now we're living on about $3,500 a year. Wow. You can do it. You just have to be intentional about it. He's being intentional about it. You can live really well on 20 or 25, depending on how you put your life together. You can also live terribly on 150. There were stats that I saw come out the other day, and it was something like 15% of people who make more than $100,000 live paycheck to paycheck. To a lot of us, oh man, how is that even possible? If you carry the same poor financial habits forward, you can always spend money terribly. How is it that lottery winners are usually broke in a few years? The money's not the problem. It's the attitude. Daniel says they just buy more expensive stuff. Exactly. So I got to go. I have to go get ready. I have to put a couple bags in the car. I have to get in the car. I got 30 minutes before I have to start driving so I can go do my Superfoot stuff. It is my hope that you all will leave me some stuff to talk about. So up on the screen right now, facebook.com/firstcupwithjeremy. I will post a thing in a moment for Friday. Woo! Friday. Jokes, quotes, comments, whatever it is that you've got for me. If you listen or if you don't use Facebook, email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. And you can do that for anything. I get feedback from people all the time. I love getting those emails. I don't always get back to people right away, but I do my best to always get back to people. And if you want to support us, the two biggies, whistlekick.com, use the code FIRSTCUP15 to save 15%. I am not quite with it this morning. Or the Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick. You can get in as little as $2 a month. And I think I made yesterday's video open to everyone. So even though we have tiers, sometimes I over deliver because that's kind of my mindset. But if you want the full list of stuff, whistlekick.com/family. And there are some updates coming to that page. We are going to start throwing things in there. I'm kind of envisioning it as a mini Patreon, that if you're not going to it periodically, you're going to miss out on stuff. We will add stuff. We will take stuff away that you may find of value. So I'm encouraging you, especially if you are going through 12 months to health, or at least understand the concept, build the habit. Try to go there every day. Just go there, do a quick scan. If there's nothing new, it'll take you a minute. If there's something new, you might find some value there. Who knows what it's going to be? I've got a bunch of ideas of how we're going to spin that up. So Don't forget, live every day, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube and usually Twitter, sometimes Twitch. Maybe I'll try Instagram again at one point. Oh, what is going on in here? Thank you, Kelly. Wow. Daniel says, I'm pretty sure I could set up a page change alert. Well, that's a nerdy thing to say. I love it. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Peace.